In the north of Poland, the winter air is cold and the snow blows heavy every night. They called the boy Schmuel, son of the local moil, but the boy had something bigger on his mind. You see, Schmuel liked to make things, paper hats and wooden rings, to sell to all the shtetl girls and boys. And when the women kibitzed, they'd all say, "Mrs. Clausewitz, your little boy makes such exquisite toys." Summers passed and turned to fall. The little boy came to be tall, and one day said, "I'm going to America." Fair Esther kissed him on the cheek, asked him, "Will you write to me?" More, he said, "One day you'll join me there, my love." Mother packed food for the boat, father gave his big red coat, and quietly they set out for the port. The coat was far too big for an adolescent skinny yid, but warmed him on the journey to New York. The boat arrived at Ellis Isle to rapturous applause. The man said, "What's your name?" The boy said, "Clausewitz." The man wrote, "Claus." The New York streets were crowded, the people brash and loud, and Schmuel found a place to live and work. At night above the clamor, you could hear his saw and hammer. By day he earned his living as a clerk. And when he set out with his sack, a red coat too big on his back, people laughed and said he was a clown. But when their children played with the plaything Schmuel made, they agreed he made the finest toys in town. He sent a note to Esther, trying so hard to impress her, asked if she would come and be his bride. And though children loved his toys, nothing gave him greater joy than the day his sweet Esther arrived. As word of Schmuel's talent spread, a kindly local merchant said, "For business you should have an English name." So Schmuel became Sandy, bought a push cart and began the yearly stockpiling of Christmas toys and games. When children opened up their gifts, their parents said with pride, "These presents came from Santa Claus on the Lower East Side." Business started booming. He needed some more room and decided it was time for some employees. So Sandy bought a shack with a workshop in the back and hired some of the local theater boys. People came from every block, bought so much of Sandy's stock, he could hardly keep it on the shelves. Folks would stop and gaze at the young builders with their payas and say, "There goes Santa Claus's little elves." Days and months turned into years. Sandy grew a big white beard, like the ones his landsmen used to wear. He grew into his big red coat. When people asked, he'd smile and boast, "I come from North Poland," he'd declare. He travels, some folks say, via reindeer and a sleigh, and comes in through the chimney Christmas Eve. While the cynics doubt, they don't know what this time of year's about. Who are we to say what to believe? And though this story doesn't track the ordinary script, maybe Santa Claus was really born Schmuel Clausewitz.